But before then, I have the honor of presenting this legend, Cher, with the Lifetime Achievement Award 2026.
People often think of a legend as having peace and the full glow of a life well lived. But behind the mysterious multi-million-dollar mansion in Malibu, the goddess of pop Cher is going through exhausting nights, not because of the pressures of the stage, but because of a quiet and deeply painful family struggle.
Cher's son, Elijah Allman, waived his appearance before a New Hampshire judge today, pleading not guilty to several misdemeanor charges.
What has pushed one of the world's most resilient icons into such an exhausting situation at this late chapter of her life? The hidden details and heartbreaking turning points that have never been revealed will be covered in today's video. Don't look away.
I first want to thank the Recording Academy for, giving me this Lifetime Achievement Award.
Cher has now reached the age of 80, after more than 6 decades in the entertainment industry. Ahead of this milestone, she has continued to maintain the image of an active artist. In January 2026, Cher received the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Recording Academy, recognizing her lasting contributions to music. Cher appeared at the 2026 Met Gala in New York, marking her return to the event after more than a decade. She wore a Burberry design and continued to draw attention with her signature fashion style. These appearances show that Cher remains publicly active at the age of 80. Behind the major events, the issue demanding much of Cher's attention lies within her family.
Including trespassing. Police arrested him last month, saying he caused a disturbance at St. Paul's School in Concord.
Elijah Blue Allman, her son, with musician Greg Allman, continues to face issues involving mental health addiction and legal matters. The latest developments have once again forced Cher to intervene in her son's life. In February, Elijah was arrested at St. Paul's School in Concord, New Hampshire, following an incident in the dining area. He was accused of simple assault, trespassing, criminal threatening, and disorderly conduct. Just days later, Elijah was arrested again in Windham on allegations of breaking into a home.
Allman is also charged with breaking into a woman's home in Windham, New Hampshire.
The series of arrests made Elijah's situation increasingly complicated. According to records cited by the press, Cher believed that her son was unable to manage his own life and finances because of mental health issues and substance use. This led her to pursue legal measures once again.
USA Today reports last week Cher filed paperwork requesting a temporary conservatorship over Allman's estate.
2 months later, Cher filed for temporary conservatorship of Elijah II, such filing following her 2023 petition. According to the filing, she believed that her son's condition had significantly deteriorated and that someone needed to manage his finances to prevent further consequences. Elijah was reportedly receiving treatment at a psychiatric facility. Cher was also concerned that the approximately $120,000 a year Elijah received from his father's trust might not be managed appropriately. As a result, the legal proceedings involving her son became a significant part of Cher's family life at the age of 80. Another change came when Cher learned that she had a granddaughter named Ever. According to Katie Edwards, Ever's mother, the 15-year-old girl, is Elijah's daughter. Cher contacted Edwards to confirm the information and began building a relationship with the granddaughter she had previously known little about. Ever was born following a relationship between Edwards and Elijah in 2010. Edwards said that Cher had known about Ever before, but only directly confirmed the information after contacting her. Discovering that she was a grandmother at the age of 79 became a notable change in Cher's private life, taking place while her family was dealing with several other issues. Meanwhile, some good news came from her other child. Chaz Bono married Shara Blue Maths in March in Hollywood, with Cher present for her son's special day. The marriage brought a bright moment amid the family's ongoing issues involving Elijah. In her personal life, Cher continues her relationship with Alexander A.E. Edwards, who is about 40 years younger than she is. The two became known as a couple in 2022. Cher has said that age is not a major issue for her. Reports about the possibility of marriage continue to appear, though there has been no official confirmation. Financially, Cher is estimated by numerous media outlets to have assets worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Real estate represents a significant part of her wealth. Her famous Malibu mansion was built and renovated using a combination of architectural styles, spans approximately 16,000 square feet, and overlooks the Pacific Ocean. Beyond music and film, Cher continues to exercise and take an interest in fashion art and community activities. She is also continuing work on her memoir, Cher the Memoir. Part 1 was published in 2024, while the second installment was planned for a later release. The changes within her family are only one part of what Cher has faced at the age of 80. Behind her current circumstances lies a long history of health issues, personal losses, and pressures she has experienced over many decades. The silent pain. In the late 1980s, Cher said she was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome, or CFS, at a time when the condition was still poorly understood by the public. CFS can cause prolonged exhaustion that does not fully improve with rest. These symptoms directly affected Cher's ability to work. She once described the feeling as being limited by her own body. Maintaining a schedule of performances, recording sessions, and public appearances became more difficult, forcing the singer to adjust her pace of work rather than continuing at a high intensity. Her physical problems did not stop with fatigue. Cher has also spoken about prolonged back pain and spinal issues. Treatment and surgery made mobility an ongoing concern, particularly for work that required her to stand, move, and perform for extended periods. To maintain her physical condition, Cher focused on exercise and lifestyle adjustments. Zumba yoga and other forms of appropriate physical activity became part of her routine. Maintaining her health became increasingly important as the singer continued working in the entertainment industry at an older age. Her appearance has also been a notable part of Cher's career. She has openly acknowledged undergoing several cosmetic procedures, including a nose job and dental work. Cher has repeatedly described these as personal choices made to maintain her appearance. Since becoming famous, Cher has frequently appeared on stage television and at major events, making her public image an important part of her career. At the same time, health problems have made it more difficult to maintain her performance level as she has grown older. Professional pressure has also affected her mental well-being. Cher has spoken about periods when she faced depression and anxiety. Working in the public eye, changes in her career and personal events made mental health an issue she had to address alongside her physical health. A major loss occurred on January 5, 1998, when Sonny Bono died in a skiing accident at Lake Tahoe. The two had been divorced for more than 2 decades, and they still maintained a certain connection. Sonny's death meant that Cher lost someone who had played a major role in the early years of her career. Cher continued to mention Sonny on various occasions, and the marks of their relationship continued to appear in her life. His death also became one of the most significant personal events the singer faced after establishing an independent career. Alongside her personal struggles, Cher became actively involved in social causes, particularly those related to HIV/AIDS. She spoke out about friends who died from AIDS and participated in awareness campaigns and fundraising efforts to support people affected by the disease. At a time when HIV/AIDS was still associated with widespread stigma, Cher's public involvement helped bring the issue to a broader audience. She also used her fame to support community initiatives and programs related to health. Health problems and personal losses have accompanied Cher through many stages of her life. But before all of those experiences, a relationship from the early years of her career created a major turning point in her life. A broken marriage. In 1962, Cher met Sonny Bono in Los Angeles when she was only 16 years old. Sonny was about 11 years older than her and was already working in the music industry. He recognized Cher's talent, helped her get into the recording studio, and performed with her. The two once used the name Caesar and Cleo before creating the Sonny and Cher image. Their personal relationship also changed over time. In 1964, Cher and Sonny held an unofficial wedding ceremony. After their daughter Chastity Bono was born, the two completed the legal marriage process. During the same period, the duo's career began moving in a new direction, as their music gained widespread public attention. In 1965, Sonny and Cher released I Got You Babe. The song quickly reached #1 on the US charts and became their most defining hit. The success took the couple from small stages to major television programs, while making Cher an increasingly familiar face to the public. Subsequent songs such as The Beat Goes On continued to maintain Sonny and Cher's appeal. The two built a distinctive image through their signature fashion and humorous exchanges on stage. By the end of the 1960s, music sales had declined, and the duo had to find a way to remain active in the entertainment industry. Sonny shifted his focus toward developing variety shows that combined music and comedy. Cher also took part in these performances and gradually developed an identity of her own in front of audiences. The new performance format helped them move into television. This was an important transition before the couple got their own show on CBS. In 1971, the Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour officially premiered. The show quickly became one of CBS's prominent television productions, combining music comedy and the couple's family life. Their daughter Chastity also occasionally appeared on the program, helping create the image of a famous family on screen. The success on television brought a strong revival to Sonny and Cher's careers. The show attracted a large audience, received multiple award nominations, and helped Cher win a Golden Globe. The duo's songs also returned to the charts. The television success did not resolve the growing problems in their marriage. Cher later said that Sonny increasingly controlled many aspects of her life, from finances to work and her public image. According to documents made public about the marriage, Cher also discovered that she had little control over their joint business activities. She gradually realized that her career depended too heavily on Sonny. The relationship became increasingly strained as their personal problems became more public. Cher described Sonny as unfaithful and said that he treated her more like a valuable asset to his career than a wife. These disagreements eventually made it impossible for the marriage to continue as it had before. In 1974, Sonny began separation proceedings. Cher later filed for divorce and cited what she described as involuntary servitude. The issue involved more than their personal relationship and also concerned control over Cher's contracts and income. Separating from Sonny therefore became a complicated process involving both legal and professional matters. After her marriage to Sonny, Cher could no longer rely on the image of a duo to maintain her position in the entertainment industry. She had to prove herself as an independent artist, and that decision opened the way for one of the most notable reinventions of her career. Career reinvention. In 1974, an important turning point came for Cher with the song Dark Lady. The song reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming one of her most notable solo successes. The achievement helped Cher establish her own position, independent of the reputation of Sonny and Cher. After the Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour ended, Cher continued appearing on television and building her individual image. She had shows of her own, including Cher, which became a notable production. Moving away from the duo image gradually allowed the public to see her as an independent artist. Cher also continued changing her musical style. In 1979, the album Take Me Home allowed her to explore disco, a genre that was highly influential in the United States at the time. She later continued combining pop-rock disco and ballads while using fashion as an important part of building her personal image. In the late 1980s, Cher continued making her mark with the albums Cher and Heart of Stone. These releases helped her reach a new generation of audiences, including with If I Could Turn Back Time. The song quickly became one of the works most closely associated with Cher's image. The video was filmed aboard the USS Missouri, while her daring performance outfit further reinforced her distinctive style. Her return to music took place alongside her work in film. Cher attracted attention through roles in Silkwood and Mask, expanding her artistic work beyond music and television. In 1985, she played Rusty Dennis in Mask, a film about a teenager with a bone disorder. Her performance in Mask received positive reviews and earned Cher the Best Actress award at the Cannes Film Festival that same year. The achievement strengthened her position in film and opened up more acting opportunities. In 1986, Cher continued to attract attention at the Academy Awards in an outfit designed by Bob Mackie. The look became one of her most famous red carpet moments. At that point, Cher was steadily establishing herself not only as a famous singer, but also as a serious actress. A major breakthrough came with Moonstruck, in which Cher played Loretta Castorini, an Italian-American woman living in Brooklyn. Her performance received critical acclaim and elevated Cher's status in Hollywood. At the 60th Academy Awards in 1988, Cher won the Academy Award for Best Actress for her role in Moonstruck. The victory was especially significant because the public had previously known her primarily as a singer. The Oscar firmly established Cher's position in the film industry. Success in both music and film made Cher one of the artists capable of sustaining a career across multiple fields. She continually changed her image, explored new directions, and adapted to the tastes of audiences. The successes that followed her departure from Sunny brought Cher to an entirely different position in the entertainment industry. But before the major stages, the awards, and the fame that would span decades, she had a childhood marked by an unstable family and financial circumstances. A difficult childhood. Cher, whose birth name is Cheryl Sarkisian, was born on May 20, 1946, in El Centro, California. She grew up in an unstable family environment. Her father, John Sarkisian, was of Armenian descent, while her mother, Georgia Holt, was an actress and singer. Her parents' marriage quickly fell apart when Cher was only 10 months old. After her parents separated, Georgia Holt became her daughter's primary caregiver. John Sarkisian was largely absent from Cher's childhood. According to Cher's later accounts, he struggled with drugs and gambling, making it difficult for the father-daughter relationship to remain stable. Cher's early years were therefore marked by frequent changes within the family. Georgia Holt later married several times. Cher has said that her mother went through at least 7 marriages, causing the family's homes and living conditions to change repeatedly. At times, they lived in Beverly Hills, while at other points, they experienced severe financial hardship. This contrast became an important part of Cher's childhood memories. The financial difficulties were reflected in very specific aspects of everyday life. Cher recalled that there were times when her school shoes became so worn that she had to use rubber bands to keep the soles from falling off. Wearing old clothes also made her feel embarrassed at school, especially when she was surrounded by classmates from more affluent families. Food in the household was sometimes limited as well. Cher recalled periods when the entire family had to rely on a can of beans or a stew for several days. These memories show that the family's financial circumstances did not simply change from one home to another, but also directly affected the daily life of young Cheryl. At school, Cher faced difficulties of her own. She was bullied by classmates and felt that she did not fit in with her surroundings. The instability at home, financial pressure, and her experiences at school made education a path Cher did not want to pursue for much longer. Cher dropped out of school while in the 11th grade at around 16 years old. This decision marked a major change in her life. Rather than continuing her education, Cher wanted to find a different path for herself. Her goal at the time was to leave her unstable family environment and seek opportunities in Los Angeles. Los Angeles became the destination Cher set her sights on because it was the center of the American entertainment industry. At a very young age, she believed she could find opportunities in music or performing. Leaving home did not bring immediate success, but it opened the door to an entirely different path, taking Cher from a girl with a turbulent childhood to one of the most famous icons in American entertainment. Behind the major stages, the awards, and decades of fame, Cher still carried a complicated family story that stretched back to her earliest years. These lesser-known parts of her life offered a different perspective on the woman behind the public image. If you want to continue exploring the stories behind the glamour of Hollywood legends, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next videos.